Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Hope all of you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am Saima Bonna, Sector 7, EMSS, is with you to conduct a class on science from class 7. My dear students, hope you are well and you are taking proper care of your study. I hope that you will go through today's lesson. Thank you. Let's go for the class. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Welcome to our online class. Please, dear students, write down the information from the introductory slide. Class 7, medium, English medium, subject science, lecture number 28, chapter number 14, lesson number 0, 6 and 7. Topic will be change of weather. My dear students, in the previous class, we discussed on climate change, chapter number 14, from 01 to 06 lesson. Today, we will conduct the lesson number 06 and 7. The topic is change of weather. So, our today's teaching point is, yes, I think that you have got the message that it is change of weather and the weather is changing because of which factors that we will discuss today. Before going to any further discussion, we need to revise our previous lessons so that the total matter will be clear to us, like what is atmosphere, what is the element, what are the elements of the atmosphere, and what are the different parts of atmosphere, so that we can easily relate what is weather, climate, and these topics. So let's start from the previous lessons discussion.
Atmosphere. Our earth is surrounded by atmosphere. Man and other animals, plants live within this atmosphere. Gaseous part that encircles the earth is called atmosphere. The earth is surrounded by atmosphere. So that means the earth surrounded by a layer that is atmosphere, which is protecting us. Through this picture, it will be more clear to you. Here is sun, earth, and a blue layer. The blue layer, that is what? Atmosphere. That is atmosphere, and it is covering the whole earth. So we are going to study about this atmosphere. Now we will know the earth's atmosphere. First definition: a thin layer that forms a protective covering around the planet, that is earth's atmosphere. That means a thin layer. It is a thin layer that is covering the earth, that is atmosphere. Now, which contents we will find here? First, in gaseous format, we will find nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, only 1% trace amounts of other gases. In these other gases, we will find carbon dioxide, argon, etc. In solid format, there is dust, salt, and pollen. And in liquid format, there will be water, up to 4% water vapor. Next, atmosphere composed of what? Already I have told you nitrogen, oxygen, and few others gases, carbon dioxide, water vapor, and so students, you will definitely remember in gaseous format which things are present, in solid format which things are present, and in liquid format which things are present. So we may have a look here. There is a graph or data that 78%, which is sea green color, that is nitrogen. That means nitrogen is in a vast number. Then 21% that is oxygen, and red color that is others gases 1%, and argon there is 1%, carbon dioxide in a very few amount 0.04%. Now I will tell you about weather and climate. What is weather? Weather for in an area for a limited time, the temperatures, the atmospheric pressure, wind and humidity, that is weather. That means temperatures, atmospheric pressure, wind and humidity of atmosphere of an area for limited time is called weather. You have to remind it limited time. Whereas climate, overall weather of an area for many years is called climate. So here it is marked that for many years. So here is the difference. And when you are counting weather, you have to memorize or you have to think of conditions. Now, the four main parts of the weather: precipitation, temperature, visibility and wind. Precipitation, what is it? How much it has rained or snowed, or how much wet it is in an area, that is precipitation. Then temperature, how hot and cold the area is temperature. Then visibility, how much we can see. Is it foggy or dusty? That means you can see the area. Is it foggy or dusty? For the dust you cannot see the area. That is, and also wind, how fast it is and which direction it will travel. The wind, what is the pressure of wind and how fast it will travel in which direction. These are the four main parts. So we can say weather is the temporary condition of an atmosphere at that place, whereas climate is the average weather at a place over a period of time. Weather, temporary condition; climate, the condition of atmosphere over a period of time. Now I will give you some differences between weather and climate. Here it is written weather and climate, the difference between weather and climate. When you will watch this class, you can make a pause and then you can collect these differences. Now, weather, the day-to-day atmospheric conditions of a particular place with respect to factors such as rainfall, humidity, temperature, wind speed, etc. is called the weather of that place. Rainfall, humidity, temperature, wind speed. Whereas climate, the average weather condition of a place taken over a long period of time is called the climate of that place. Long period of time, remember. Then weather conditions may vary at intervals for a few hours or a few days. Climate does not change so frequently. Next one, weather data are observations recorded at a specific time, whereas climate refers to average value of the several elements, weather relating to a period of time more than 30 years. Now there is a question that why the atmosphere near the Earth's surface is compact. Do you know why? Why we are standing over the Earth's surface? Yes, it is gravity. The Earth attracts everything towards it. Due to this attraction, gases of the atmosphere remains near the Earth's surface. This is the reason. Now we will learn the layers of atmosphere. The atmosphere is extended to few hundred kilometers from Earth's surface. Earth's atmosphere is divided into few layers. These few layers are troposphere, then second one stratosphere, third one mesosphere, and the last one is thermosphere and infinity. We will know the layers how far from each other. From the Earth's surface, the troposphere is far from, if we say it's 0 kilometer, then it will far from Earth's surface 12 kilometer. And from the troposphere, from 12 kilometer, the stratosphere extended up to 50 kilometer. And from the stratosphere, the layer extended from 50 to 80 kilometers. That is mesosphere. And from mesosphere, from 80 to 700 kilometer, that is thermosphere. And over thermosphere, that is called exosphere. That is not told in your book, though I have located it.
Dear students, we will enjoy a video now.
Changes in weather. What factors affect weather and climate? How does the sun affect weather? What is land breeze and sea breeze? What causes changes in weather? The rotation of the earth. Weather is mainly affected by the sun. The rotation of the earth on its axis causes different parts of the earth to face the sun at different times. This makes morning and evening cooler than midday. Wind, clouds and rain. Hot winds make the weather hot, while cold winds make the weather cool. On cloudy days, the days are mostly cool while the nights become warm. In the rainy season, the weather remains cool during the days and nights. Nearness to the sea. During the day, the land near the sea heats up faster. Land and sea are at different temperatures during the day, due to which a cool breeze blows from the sea toward the land. This is called sea breeze. At night, the land cools faster than the sea. The cool air from the land moves towards the sea, and this is known as land breeze. Evaporation. The transformation of liquid to vapor is called evaporation. Evaporation occurs at a faster rate in hot and sunny weather, windy weather, and dry weather. When the surface area is larger, evaporation occurs at a faster rate. Condensation. The transformation of vapor back to liquid is called condensation. Clouds. When evaporated water reaches the cooler upper layer of the atmosphere, it condenses to form tiny water droplets, which come together to form clouds. Rain. When clouds pass through cooler air, the water drops become bigger and heavier and fall down as rain. Snow. In cold places, the falling water droplets freeze in the air, which fall down as snowflakes. Fog. On cold mornings, water vapor condenses on dust particles, forming a kind of cloud just near the ground. This is called fog. Dew. On cold nights, water vapor in the air condenses and forms dewdrops on leaves, grass, and window panes. Frost. On very cold nights, dew freezes to form ice. This is called frost. Hail. In the cooler regions, the raindrops freeze and fall down as ice. These are called hailstones. Effects of weather. Hot, humid weather makes us sweat. Clothes dry slowly on rainy days. Rains bring relief to plants and animals. Hail or frost damage crops and plants.
So, dear students, you know that very well that sun is the main role playing character at the matter of weather change. The energy that the earth receives from the sun is the basic cause of our changing weather. So, heat also reaches the earth's surface with sun rays. When sun rays reach the surface of the earth, it becomes heated. As a result, the lowest layer of the atmosphere also becomes heated and we feel much hot. At night, when sun sets, even the surface of the earth and the lowest layer of the atmosphere remain warm. So this is a normal natural phenomena every day we are facing. So now if we see the next presentation, then we will be more clear. The temperature change in last 50 years. Look at this picture. From 2010 to 19, average versus 1951 to 1978 baseline. Look at here. The temperature is how it is changing, how it is increasing, right? In the last 50 years, how it is increasing day by day. And now it's very worst, right? So this is the temperature change in last 50 years. So that means it has a great role in the weather change. Now, because heat accumulated in daytime could not be fully released at night. Okay, so we know very well that sun ray is which we get at the daytime, that when we want to release, our earth want to release, it will not be fully released at the night. Heat radiated by the earth's surface is absorbed and retained by water vapor, carbon dioxide, etc. So look at this here, look at here, the greenhouse effect is taking place because of this reason. Some sunlight that hits the earth is reflected, some becomes heated. Carbon dioxide and other gases in the atmosphere trap heat. So they are trapping the heat and keeping the earth warm. So at the night time also we become warm. Okay, so now that's why we feel hot at night. In summer, we feel hot because the sun shines from the vertical position for longer period, okay? And in winter, sun shines obliquely for a short period. That's the reason we feel less hot, okay? So at the time of summer, when the heat is facing or heat is taking position vertically for a longer period, that time definitely we will feel the summertime or the heated time more. Whereas at the time of winter, okay, that time we will feel less heat, less temperature, because sun is reflecting us the sun is forwarding us the sun rays, which obliquely for shorter period. Okay, so that is the reason we feel less, okay, less hot. Air pressure of an area depends on temperature, and this is a baseline of this topic. Okay, air pressure of an area that depends on temperature. If temperature is less, then air pressure is high. If temperature is less, look, just listen to me very carefully. If temperature is less, then air pressure is high. If temperature is high, then air pressure of an area becomes hot and air becomes hot and goes upward. So at the time of when temperature is high, what will happen? The area's air will become hot and will go upward. Okay, will go upward. So air of that area becomes light and gap is created. Okay, so when it will go upward at the time of what? Then temperature is high, and so in that area there will be a gap will be created. That means air pressure will fall. Okay, air pressure will fall, and here then this condition is called depression. Okay, so you will remember which condition is called depression. At the time when the temperature will be high, that time the air pressure will be light and it will go upward. That time there will be a gap will be created, and because of that the depression will take place. Okay, this condition is depression. As a result, air from surrounding high pressure areas rush to the low pressure areas to fill the gaps. Okay, we will rush to the high pressure area to fill the gap, and then in this way the wind is created. So here L for low pressure area and H for high pressure area. Okay, so the like this way air pressure, as a result air from surrounding high pressure areas will rush to the low pressure areas to fill the gaps. In this way wind is created. So another question it may generate, that how wind is created. You will be able to answer, I hope, that like this way. Okay, now for this reason air is humid in summer and rainy season, and it rains heavily. Okay, in winter season temperature is low in Bangladesh and with high pressure, with high air pressure. Okay, so you are watching hot summer day, humidity, and cold autumn day. Okay, so the rate of humidity, so it is 90% cold autumn day, whereas it is 50%. Okay, so now in our country it is very hot in Boishakh and Jyeshtha. We name this month as summer. So now look at this picture here. There are 6 seasons: summer, monsoon, autumn, late autumn, winter, spring. All these are the renowned 6 seasons. Now, so in our country it is very hot at the time of Boishakh and Jyeshtha. You are looking the picture. This is very clear that in these days what happened, the weather become very tempered and we become very thirsty. Within some few hours we become our work energy work level becomes become less. Okay, if we don't take proper water, or if we didn't take proper, there is a imbalance situation sometimes. Okay, so in the month of Shravan and Bhadra, why air is very hot and raining continuous, then again weather is becoming cold and the month of Posh starts. This is the normal scenario of climate in Bangladesh, but this will have a change if the running situation if goes like this way, that nowadays we are facing less cold at the time of winter. Okay, less rain at the time of rainy season. Why? Because there is a vast change in the climate of our country, Bangladesh climate. Okay, so that means the weather is changing, and weather is changing every day because of this temperature, as the temperature is changing. So the nowadays climate is becoming changing. It is the reason of this change is the average temperature of the earth is increasing gradually. Okay, so if you look at this picture, it will be more clear. Global average temperature compared to the middle of the 20th century, you will see from 1880 to 2000, you will see what is happening. Okay, it is very shocking. It is very, very matter of upset that we are nowadays facing a lot of decrease, a lot of demotion in our weather report. Okay, so it's the report up to 2019. Global average temperature compared to the middle of the 20th century. Just look at the graph. Just look at the graph. Okay, you will be notified that how the temperature is facing the demotion day by day. Now, we need to know what is global warming. The average temperature of the earth is increasing gradually. The increased temperature of the earth is called global warming. So this is global warming, and consequence of global warming, what does it mean? Consequence of global warming is climate change. You know very well that because of global warming, we are facing the climate change, melting of ice and polar regions and mountain peak. So as I showed you in the earlier pictures, in the earlier slides of our earlier chapters, that polar regions, mountain peak are the ice of polar regions, these are melting, and because of that, the aquatic animals are facing the death. Okay, and increase in sea levels, flooding in coastal areas. Okay, flooding in coastal areas causes drought, excessive raining, much more natural calamities, all these things. Frequent storms. Okay, frequent storms is also seen in our environment, in our daily climate, in our daily weather. Okay, asthma and bronchitis complications, etc., also are taking place because of this reason. So global warming consequence is very very dangerous to our living organisms. Okay, so as you are watching, our greenhouse gases warm our planet. Okay, and you know that how we nowadays we are facing the greenhouse effects. Okay, how it is responsible to warm our planet. Look at here, the earlier in my slides I showed you that what are the components should be, or how much the components should be in a climate or in a atmosphere. Okay, how much the percentage should be there, but nowadays it is decreasing, the balance is going, there is no balance at all. Okay, so the global warming potential of human generated greenhouse gases is a measure of how much heat each gas traps in the atmosphere. Okay, relative to carbon dioxide. relative to carbon dioxide. How much each human caused greenhouse gas contributes to total emissions around the globe. Okay, so all these are responsible. Dear students, we will enjoy a video now.
What is the greenhouse effect? Earth is a comfortable place for living things. It's just the right temperature for plants and animals, including humans, to thrive. Why is Earth so special? Well, one reason is the greenhouse effect. A greenhouse is a building with glass walls and a glass roof. The clear glass allows sunlight to shine into the greenhouse while also trapping the sun's heat inside. This is how a greenhouse keeps plants warm even at night and in the winter. The greenhouse effect keeps Earth warm in pretty much the same way. Earth isn't surrounded by glass, but it is surrounded by a jacket of gases called the atmosphere. In the daytime, the sun shines through the atmosphere, warming Earth's surface. After the sun goes down, Earth's surface cools. This releases heat back into the air, but some of that heat is trapped by the gases in the atmosphere. These heat-trapping gases are called greenhouse gases. Carbon dioxide, water vapor, and methane are all examples of greenhouse gases. Earth needs a balance of greenhouse gases to maintain just the right temperature for living things. But some human activities are changing Earth's natural greenhouse effect. For example, burning fossil fuels like coal and oil releases more carbon dioxide into our atmosphere. These extra greenhouse gases can cause the atmosphere to trap more and more heat, leading to a warmer Earth. NASA satellites are constantly measuring the gases in our atmosphere from space. They've observed increases in the amounts of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. The information from NASA satellites can help scientists figure out where greenhouse gases are coming from and how they are ending up in our atmosphere. This information will help us better understand the impact that greenhouse gases have on our climate and help us better understand this very special greenhouse that we call home.
Yes, students, it's time for today's homework. I will give you some RQ to learn from relating to these lessons. So take this first. The first number RQ is, with the change of temperature, there is a change of air pressure. Explain it. Number 2, why does air remain dry in our country during winter season? Number 3, why is air humid in summer and rain heavily in rainy season in Bangladesh? Explain it. 4, what is global warming and what are the consequences of global warming? So dear students, here 1, 2, 3, 4, all these answers you will get from learning from this lesson. Okay. So it's time to say goodbye. I hope, my dear students, you will definitely learn these topics properly. Thank you. Dear students, I hope that you have enjoyed the class, and I hope that you will do preparation on these topics which are given. So for today, it is time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.